I'm about to tell you guys about a national embarrassment from Mexico and several very suspicious things that are very disappointing. Now, as you know, I don't report on things right away. I get the details and brings you guys the truth, not repeat the same information everyone else has. That being said, please smash on that like button, leave a comment down below, help us get recommended, share this with people you know. I'd appreciate it. Now, the Marines passed the International Bridge in El Paso. Now, there's been plenty of incursions of the Mexican military, but normally they were in parts where the border just had a fence or wasn't very well marked. And in the middle of the night, and you could honestly argue they just passed the fence that wasn't well marked in the middle of the night. They didn't know that they were in United States territory, and it's usually just a couple of meters. This is completely different. What happened here is they literally passed on the bridge that separates El Paso from the United States. They literally just had to walk across the bridge. It's impossible. They could have done it by accident. They saw the signs United States, da, 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 and walked right across. It gets weirder. Upon walking across, of course, they were confronted by U.S. Customs Border Patrol, pulling up on them, telling them to put the guns on the ground. Of course, it was an extremely tense situation. That's the type of thing that caused international incidents. And they were detained, taken under the control of the American Border Patrol, at which point they were cordially released to Mexican authorities afterwards. But something for you. What would happen if American soldiers, the Marines, walked across the bridge into Mexico? How big of a deal would that be? We both know it wouldn't just be, oh, well, turn the Marines back. It is a mistake. No one's that dumb to walk across the bridge into another country and act like they didn't know what's going on, especially armed forces that are there to defend that border and they know better than anyone about that border. Now, what went on? In my opinion, they were threatened very heavily by someone from organized crime to cross that bridge. Why? What went on there? I feel these people maybe burnt someone in the cartel, betrayed them, ended up owing them, didn't perform, and the cartel is basically, look, you're gonna provide your worth, right? Which you promised at least an equivalent, and I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do. The cartel boss had a huge shipment of heroin or something like that, and he's like, look, I'm gonna send you dummies to walk across the bridge. This is gonna cause a huge international incident where every available force of the American military, of anyone, is going to come into this area and jump on you guys. Meanwhile, the whole border is going to be completely open because helicopters, everything is going to be focused on this area where these soldiers cross, armed soldiers cause the international incident. Everything else that went on the border was secondary, if not tertiary, causing a huge gap of when they could move whatever the hell they wanted. And I'm sure with something as big as that, where they sent soldiers across the bridge, they were moving tons and not tons of weed. They were putting the heavy stuff across. Now, I'm not talking about cross driving across because the actual border was closed. While all this is happening, the border was completely shut down. I'm talking about moving things in the desert around there. As all due forces or all available forces were put on this bridge and to take control of the situation, which was a violation of sovereign territory of one country or another, all the big shipments moved through, right? So the Marines were in cahoots with the cartel. We're going to walk across this bridge, heat everything up, cause a huge distraction, and this will give you guys a chance to move everything you want into the country. And then we shouldn't owe you anything anymore, right? Even though they lose their jobs, lots of things in Marines, that's a lot better than losing their heads or losing the lives of their family members, of course. So, that's your boy Shadow Breakdown. You will not see that any breakdown anywhere else. Gets a little bit more interesting. So you guys don't think these are just perfect law abiding citizens and all this. And I have nothing really against pot, but these guys didn't even think about the Marines, and several of them were caught with marijuana on their person. And for those of you who don't know, bringing narcotics across the international border, doesn't matter how small it is, that's international drug trafficking. You're moving one controlled substance into another country without declaring it. And even if you declared it, it wouldn't matter. You're still going to prison. So, they committed a big crime. And imagine the embarrassment that maybe the higher units of the generals were the ones who actually sent them to do this and cross the border like this and cause this to happen because they were receiving a big payoff as well, another possibility from the cartel to send their guys across and cause this big distraction. All right, but the embarrassment comes is they couldn't even check their damn pockets, the Mexican Marines, if they didn't have illegal narcotics on them, because when they were turned back over to the United States, they were turned over along with 2 bags of marijuana that they had on them. So on top of being turned over for the international incident, they were also basically given a civilian penalty for possession of marijuana in the United States, and these are supposed to be the people enforcing the war on drugs on the border, and they themselves have bags of weed on them, which of course there's not big bags like made for making money. So you guys don't think they're like passing big bags? Like, no, these were little sacks they had on them for personal use, of course. And who can blame them out in the field? But they should have thought twice about bringing that with them, unless they were lied to and said, "Oh, everything's fixed. You don't have to worry. You're just gonna walk across, and we already have everything fixed with Americans. They're just gonna send you right back. There's no problems, no tension, no anything." They probably thought it'd be a 5-minute ordeal, and that's why they still had that with them, right? But obviously that wasn't the case. They lied to him so they could get him to do what they wanted. It's called manipulation, and the mafia is very good at it. That's why everyone's disposable. And that's just how that business is ran. A lot of people don't like to hear that, but that's the bitter truth. And that's not going to change anytime soon. That's just how things are done. It's how business is conducted. So, crazy world, crazy world. Things aren't always as they seem. Us- things aren't always as they seem because why would these guys? It's impossible for them to. Oh, that's the bridge to the United States. Let's accidentally walk across it. Oops. Never happened. And something a lot bigger went on here, and I'd like to point it out to you guys. And I'd like it in the comments, you guys let me know what was going on. Was it a big load passing? What was it that was going on? That these guys had to create such a large scale distraction that doesn't make sense. But let me know, and I'll be here. Have a good one, everybody. Nothing but love and respect to each and every one of you, and take care of you and yours. Remember, there are evil people out there willing to victimize and, you know, damage the ones we love. So remember, if you're in that life, please get out because it could cost the lives of you, your family, and your friends. And I say your family because you could end up owing someone money and they come and kill your family member to get at you. So with that being said, if there's any way I can help you step out of organized crime or guide you away from it, please contact me at ogshadowofficial@gmail.com. It would be my pleasure to help you step away from organized crime and find a legal job. That's the key. Getting you out of it, finding a legal job, my friend, and your life will be a lot less stress free. You might not be making enough, making as much money, and I'm saying stress free because you're making more money, but to take that weight off your shoulders from organized crime, constantly needing things from you, and knowing you can put it your life and your freedom. Believe me, brother, I'm just trying to help you make the best decisions and get out of it. Right? Peace.